Otis Moonlight reporting from Queensland on a chilly, what day is it today? Friday the 13th afternoon, and I'm going to be chatting with these filthy normies about what there is to chat about in Queensland and the world in 2025. So, I'll fire away. I think that COVID is still relevant. They're still poisonous with it. There's still people wearing masks. They're offering free vaccinations in Australia, and there will be many people, no doubt, crazy enough to actually take that up. It's still a favour to poison yourself, literally. But what other subjects are there? Climate nonsense.
Well,
Israel, I think, has just invaded Iran, I think.
Delighted to be here, Otis. Thank you for the kind introduction. My name is the Chic Freak, all the way from England, and I'm very happy to be here with the Fidget Midget as well.
Yes, Midget.
So we're going to touch on some profound questions today. Let's get stuck in with a few that I have. I'd love to get your insights, as I know you like to dive deep into these rabbit holes, don't you? So, the first one that's on my mind is, what do you think is the shape of the Earth, Otis?
Oh my God. Well, ultimately I think and feel that it's a dome, but the dome is more of like a matrix, a hologram. But do holograms even have shape? Do you mind, Fidget Midget? Do holograms even have shape? Well, if they do, I feel it's a dome, because I sort of feel it. For some strange reason, I just felt that it's a dome, and it's beginning to be, you know, that was when I was a child, and now, like, you know, many years later, when I'm not a child anymore, it's sort of being I don't know about confirmed is the word, but other people are touching on it. So
yes, they are indeed, and in fact it was touched on way back in that good old read, the Bible. They talk about the firmament. I know that so many reputable people are coming out, pilots, scientists, all talking about how it's really actually flat. The part that we live on is flat. What do you think about that?
Well, the big thing is that whether it's round, flat, spherical, a dome, whatever, the important thing is that we'd even have to discuss it, because we know that NASA and the governments have lied for so long about so much that it could be any shape. The moon landing, what stars look like, people with their Nikon P900s or the next one after that, if they're not being banned, are beginning to realise that stars don't look anything like what we've been drawing from kids to adults and what we've been
like
programmed.
Little blobs, don't they?
They're little blobs, and they look as though they're underwater.
I think that the Earth is either flat or like half of a circle, which is what I believe. Because I don't know why, but if you dig so deep underground, I still think that it is half of a circle or flat.
Well, General Byrd, was it, that went to Antarctica and claimed to have seen one of the entrances to deep Earth, might well agree with you, Fidget Midget. That's a very good theory. I like that you're thinking outside the box.
All the laws and submarines around Antarctica, all the security for a seemingly wasteland of ice and snow and freezing water, has been a bit weird. Submarines underneath it, security all around. People say, oh, you can go there if you like, but there's too many restricted areas. Something's going on there. We don't know what it is, but what it is going to be big. They're hiding things from us. They're lying to us. Is it going to come out in around about, I don't know, Agenda 2030? I mean, who knows? But
yes, and I'd like to give a shout out to our brothers and sisters out in the great beyond, the galactic family, to call them to help, because when the Anunnaki come back, if indeed that story is true, when the Anunnaki come back, we need to make sure we're not taken out like the Pleiadians, like the Atlanteans, like the Tartarians. We need to figure out how to stop this cycle of reset after reset after reset. What do you think about the ETs, Otis? In fact, you look like an ET. Are you an ET?
Well, there's furries and there's filthy normies, but there's even outside of that. I mean, ultimately, we're probably all spirits and souls. You know, at the moment, we're trapped in this sort of meat skeleton, which maybe, you know, just an illusion, part of the matrix. So we're not even what we think we are. So we've got to wake up a bit because, well, a lot actually, if you want to, you know, much more powerful, divine, unified civilizations were wiped out. And what chance does the pathetic rabble that we are, what chance do we have of ending the cycle? And that's a frightening thing. Are we going to, you know, people say we're going to be saved and things are going to be beautiful for, I don't know, was it 7,000 years? And then what happens? Do we go back to the hell that it is today and have to wait for, I don't know, 10,000 years to get our 7,000 years back in like some never-ending circle of pain and suffering, glory and beauty, pain and suffering, glory and beauty, pain and suffering, glory and beauty, going round and round and round for all eternity? I don't know. But ETs, extraterrestrials, are they trapped in a cycle? Are they going to help us get out of it, break free? We just need to find a way of being happy and ending whatever cycle we're in.
Absolutely, but speak for yourself. Some people don't know who they are. I know who I am. Look, what you see is what you get. I'm happy to put it all out there. I'm a blue hair beauty with a black face. Don't discriminate, okay? Now, what do you think about the whole woke culture? You see, I identify with, excuse me, you fidget
bad.
midget. No,
You are terrible.
I identify as a beauty queen. I mean, look at me. What do you identify? What do you identify as?
Well, I think one thing I want to say is that you are not pretty.
Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and your eyes are full of. Oh, what is that in your eyes? Is that dookie? Oh goodness, I think it's dookie. And never mind, I'm beautiful.
Well, I am the most beautiful one here. Okay? I think that the sun is closer than they say it is.
Yes.
I think it's a lot closer. If it was so far away, it would be smaller. I think it is a lot closer than they say it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and the moon and the
I
stars,
agree.
like an enclosed system that we're in. Don't know who's God knows who's made it. Was it us? I think it's God. I don't know.
What about the idea that there are many gods? What about the idea that we have mothers and fathers, we have demigods and demigoddesses, gods and goddesses, you know, all the way back? Maybe there are many layers. Maybe there isn't just one god. And maybe our most close god or goddess, maybe they're not all good. Maybe the source going out, you know, way, way back is good, like fully good, fully everything. But maybe there are many gods and goddesses. What do you think about that idea?
According to the movies, the gods are just powerful X-Men. And they're certainly not all good.
Yes. Yes, Fidget Midget.
I think that also, yes, I agree. I think the stars are also closer.
Yes, all together I think within the dome, and they circle around it in a flash. And what exactly they are, some people think they're living entities of some sort. Some, you know, I'm not sure about the story that they're just balls of burning gas, burning millions of miles away. There's something much closer. But the annoying thing is that bastard NASA and the governments won't tell us, and they probably know what it is. They probably know what they are, and they're not sharing. And they must be, and if they're human, then they could only possibly be working for some non-human evil empire that's just farming us. All the children that go missing, they want us to have a completely false knowledge of everything to keep us, you know, lack of knowledge to keep us weak and powerless, you know, and then hence all the drugs and poisons and crappy food and chemtrails and indoctrination. And the lack of unity. Like the woke thing you mentioned earlier,
Yes.
all these things are supposed to unite us. They end up using them to divide us. They're here in Australia at the moment, they're provoking, saying, oh, we're fighting against domestic violence, and all they actually do is attack more men than women, which is not completely fair. You've got to do justice and find ways of making them unify. And if it's not that, it's blacks and whites, rights for Aboriginals, and they always end up, at the end of the day, they claim they're trying to unify. They always end up dividing even more, which is always the
Divide and
intention.
conquer, yes.
The same with gays, straights. They're doing a lot of things that are intentionally damaging the LGBTQ community, and they get a lot of people on board with crazy ideas, like men can get pregnant and give in puberty blockers and all these crazy, insane stuff, and get them to think that anybody that goes against that is non-woke. They have lunatic presenters like Dylan Mulvaney, and they give him, he speaks to the president and gets super treatment, massive press coverage for promoting some absolute dangerously lunatic ideas. So you happening now? Are you falling asleep? Are you disgusting, filthy Normy?
Back to me. So, as I was saying, sorry, no, that was riveting. Really, just riveting. I think that we should wake up from the woke up. We should wake up and not support the mutilating of children's genitals. I think you have hit some nails right on the head, Otis. I do indeed. Yes, Fidget Midget wants to say something.
I think that many things that these people make are all lies. Lie, lie, lie. Like, for example, they lie for free vaccinations. All these things, all they do is they lie.
Lies.
Lies, lies, lies.
All lies. That all these massive buildings made from a long time ago, like from the Tartarian place, all of them said, oh, those buildings were just made with a hammer and a saw. But it is all a lie. They had big technology back then. They had so many things, but they lied to the children. They say, oh, there wasn't even very much technology back then, but there was so big technology to make these giant buildings.
Indeed, well said. Yes, the Tartarian Empire. Now that is a topic that I find very, very interesting. The evidence around the world of these buildings that couldn't possibly have been built with the simple tools that we're told is all they had around the time they say these buildings were built. It's absolutely absurd. After lie after lie. Some of these Gothic buildings are just incredible. The cathedrals that were built, most likely not for religion actually, but for sound healing and for energy harvesting and storing. They're just the most exquisite buildings that are not capable. We're not even capable of making today.
Yeah, absolutely. But the question is, in the name of divide and conquer, there's this awesome alternate media guy, Max Egan, who's our Australian #1 dude. The only thing I disagree, and it might be just being messed up here, but is it white people or black people that were the main founders of Tartaria, or was it multicultural and that sort of thing? I think he said that he reckoned that it was mainly white people, and thought, you sure they didn't just invade it, kill all the black people and say, this is mine, we now invented it and created it?
Yeah, I don't know what colour they were. Good question. I have heard it posed that the Egyptians were black. But the Tartarians, I don't know.
Yeah, well, hopefully it was mixtures. Yeah, there's lots more study to go on there, and did they, when they expanded into new places, did they just embrace the indigenous and share and unify? Because they wouldn't have, truly just conquered and destroyed and say,
Yes, population control. Reset.
I think that they also lied to many children about the thing about plastic. They always make plastic toys, and they say that toys are the best that are plastic. And they also cover stuffed animals in poison, basically. It's covered in very bad toxins, and they sell these toys, and all the kids are brainwashed saying that the toys are really fun, but they are very bad. All plastic covered in chemicals.
Right.
Yes, another good point, Fidget Midget. Yes, it's good to hear some of the youth of today actually asking great questions and posing great theories. Because yes, the plastics are just terrible. And the amount of plastic that each person has in their system at any given time is quite astounding.
Absolutely, and again, all these things are done on purpose. They'll make loads of products that are dangerous, and how they get it, how the manufacturers get away with it. Is it just greedy businessmen? I mean, some things don't even seem to be, designed to, cut costs to make things cheaper but more dangerous. Sometimes they just seem to do it on purpose for no rhyme or reason.
Well, there is a rhyme or reason. I mean, I think some of it may be so horrifying, it's hard to even face what they may actually be doing. You touched briefly on the idea of them farming children. I think this kind of thing may actually be happening. And yes, go ahead, Bridget.
Thank you. I also think that it is very bad for plastic because dogs start eating plastic, and some dogs may choke, die. Many animals die because of plastic. Eat plastic, chew up plastic, and babies. People lie. Babies chew on everything, chew.
So solutions, what are the solutions to get away from this kind of thing? We need to grow our own food that's not covered in toxic chemicals and ultimately plastic appeal. Oh, goodness. What else do we do? What are the solutions?
Maybe we could have our own life. Make everything, plant a garden, make things, don't cover them in toxins. Don't buy things, because everything might be covered in something very bad. People have bad people.
Right, so withdraw from society. Grow your own food, make your own stuff, don't pay taxes anymore, don't join the army, join a community where they can do all these things. Don't vote anymore, one further thing. Anything you can think of to withdraw from society. It's so corrupt, there really is nothing you can do to fix it. No, don't think that somebody like Donald Trump, he is so unbelievably corrupt. I don't understand how, a lot of previous alternate media and people who are ready to fight against their own evil governments started supporting some fat bit corrupt business tycoon and think that he's going to save you. There is no voting your way out of this. There's no politician that will ever be elected to save you. They'll keep poisoning your toys and food and doing all in this, farming children and doing all these evil things. No swamps are going to be drained. You have to withdraw from the system, start creating your own little societies, get some solar power, off-grid and independent, away from the government, as much as humanly possible.
Meditation, yoga, we need to become masters of ourselves. Self-mastery, I think, is key. We need to retune our instruments and our music from 440 to 432.
Okay.
We need the healing frequencies.
Are we drawing to a close?
Well, I'm getting rather hot, so
First me talk.
Okay,
you can end.
I think that also they are poisoning not every food, but pretty much every food in the world. They put all kinds of toxins like vegetable oil and so many other things, like McDonald's is the worst. Do not trust McDonald's.
Poison your whole family for under $20. That's McDonald's, the slogan. Right, continue.
You look dumbfounded, lovely.
Mom, you look ugly.
You look uglier.
And you look ugly. I'm
Beautiful.
so pretty, and you both are super ugly.
Bye, sheeple.
First I was afraid.
Bye, sheeple.
I
Say
was
goodbye to the sheeple.
petrified.
Bye,
Bye,
sheep.
Then I
sheeple.
started asking, and I learned how to get along, and now you're back from outer space. I just heard you had love, that's that look upon your face.